Welcome, everyone, to our podcast called Our Isekai.
Indeed. Our world, our rules. It is.
Yeah, that's it. I am your currently underpowered, I'm sure at some point I will be overpowered, main character, Uchenna.
Your energy isn't giving main character, I just say.
It's a warm-up. Yeah, I'll get there. A warm-up.
Okay. And I am Super Same Face, as always. Yeah, I'm charging up still. Let it be known.
It's a Friday.
After work.
Yeah. All right. So today we have decided to go, because obviously it's International Women's Month. And also we've just decided to celebrate women, really. Mm-hmm. So today we will be celebrating the impact that women have had in anime, in film, and in television. So we'll try to go kind of from directors to writers to female leads. And so, yeah, it's a strictly women's only episode. Obviously, we'll mention some men because, I mean, women have written male characters and they've written them quite well, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at on this one. Do you want to start?
Okay, so I'm going to highlight 3 women that I think are being very impactful in the world of film and industry.
Okay.
So we got Shonda Rhimes for the
she's on my
Shonda
list
Rhimes
as well.
universe, as we all know.
Yeah.
We got Viola Davis.
Okay.
And we also got Issa Rae.
Oh, yeah. I've got Issa on mine as well.
Do
Okay.
you?
Yeah. I have a whole thing. I tried to be diverse. I really did. I have a few people that are there that I don't really know how to pronounce their names, so I've just cut them out.
It's okay. I've kept mine to 3 people that I know. Because otherwise we're like going up on this tangent or something I did not know.
That's fair.
So, Shonda Rhimes, our writer, director, producer, she does it all, honestly. So my first introduction to the Shonda Rhimes universe was Scandal. Her writing of Olivia Pope, fantastic. Mm-hmm. The way Kerry Washington delivered the character was just outstanding. Like from the start to end, you can truly feel like her passion towards the project. And also, not only that, I feel like the other leads, other characters that she wrote in, they weren't, even though there was like, Scandal. And my next introduction, or my next integration into the Shonda Rhimes universe was Grey's Anatomy. Grey's was the original pick-me. She really was the original pick-me, as in Dr. Grey was the original pick-me.
Her mom or her?
Grey herself.
What's her name again?
Meredith.
Yeah, Meredith. Yeah. Right.
In the first few seasons, she was characterized as almost the pick-me. Her character did grow after season 2, but I feel like it's when we've seen her interaction with Derek, and she was, I think there was an iconic line that was trending last year on TikTok, and sorry to the mic, where she was like, pick me, choose me, is just after Derek's ex-wife just came back, and then Derek was like in between sort of thing, and she was like, I'm the best option. But yeah, so
I don't think that was what she was trying to say.
What do you think she was trying to say?
I mean, yes, it was pick me, but like she had also mentioned to him, like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yes.
Where she's like, you know what, you either pick me or like you fuck off in my lifetime.
But I think that only came in after her best friend came through to talk to her.
I also believe that in that moment she was being very vulnerable and kind of telling him that she actually does love him, because he wasn't quite sure at the time. He just thought because one, he's older and she's this pretty young thing, he might not have been taking their relationship as seriously. Okay. So in my opinion, that was her being like, you know what, I'm actually in. Like, I like you as well. Like, pick me. That was how I saw it.
Okay. The way I saw it, from why it wasn't
like she was begging.
No, she wasn't begging.
Oh, okay.
But as I said, she was literally telling him that I'm the best option, and that's how I saw it. And it wasn't until her best friend was like, "You're actually the sun in this situation. You're actually the light. You need to remember who you are in this situation."
Right.
That's how I perceived it, because that's I forgot her name.
Christina
Yang. Yeah, Christina Yang really helped her in that situation. But what I'm trying to say is like the character development of how Shonda Rhimes writes is it's shown and portrayed in the way the characters themselves grow.
I agree.
And how her universe is actually expands. This also goes into like the Bridgerton universe that we're currently going through. Yeah. And how she wrote the script for it, but not the books. She's adapted the books into a script, isn't she?
Right.
Right. And that has gone well. Like, I haven't read the books myself, but from what I've seen, most of it are like very depictable of what the book was trying to show, like in regards to the emotions of the character and the way the characters develop and grow in themselves. And yeah, I'm trying to get into murder mystery, but I feel like because like I've already watched Scandal. The shock factor of murder mystery isn't there, if that makes sense. Because Scandal is, once you get into like the final season of Scandal, there's not much that can shock me.
Surprise you. Yeah.
So now I'm trying to watch murder mystery. And I'm like,
is it out yet? Did it already come out?
Is it murder mystery I'm talking about? One of Viola Davis.
Oh, How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, sorry, Miss. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking because Shonda Rhimes has got a new one that's coming out at some point this month, I believe. It's kind of a murder mystery. Someone's passed away in the White House, and it's about the lady that's starring in it is the lady that was in Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It looks really good, and the guy in the Marvels thing, the funny guy, I forget his name as well. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. Remember names, I mean, sometimes. But yeah, I completely agree with Shonda Rhimes. Your take on Shonda Rhimes, sorry. She does write very complex female characters and sometimes morally grey ones, which I think a lot of the times can be missing in media. Yeah. So for example, the lawyer, Annalise Keaton, her character is very... My God, the woman was kind of a monster, but she was hardcore. She felt things, and you could feel that from the way Viola Davis portrayed her. Even going to Scandal and Kerry Washington, that was such an impactful moment. I mean, Twitter around that time, my God, my goodness, it was something to have experienced, and it was a woman that was doing this. And it's the same thing with Grace as well, especially for how long it's gone on for, the people that have come and gone, and it's dealt with so many serious issues. It's kind of dealt with political issues. It's dealt with women's issues. It's dealt with Christianity, morality. It's dealt with so many things. I remember when plastics was a thing, and they had this conversation about plastic surgery, and it's just the way that sometimes they just subtly add, societal, little things in there, and you're like, I'm pretty sure, and then you're like, yeah, that was definitely that. And yeah, it's very intuitive writing. I haven't felt thrown out by a character, if that makes sense. Like, the characters are very complex. They're not just like one way. I'll give you a thingy, Alex Karev, at the beginning, who he was. And a lot of people are of the opinion that his character was kind of ruined at the end, but I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't really finished the whole thing. But yeah, his character kind of grew and developed into, like, a lot. She put him through a lot. Like, what is it, 3 crazy women or 2 crazy women in his life? No, we're not even talking about Meredith, who was his best friend, and Christina Yang. That was also in his life, but just the women that he was in relationships with. And you can kind of see how that impacted him, right? Same thing with the women. You can see how the relationships that they've had kind of impacted them and made them into who they then became. I'm not really sure about How to Get Away with Murder because I haven't really watched it. I watched season 1 and I didn't continue with season 2 because I didn't quite get it. But I do know how impactful it was. I did watch Scandal and I was hooked from the get-go. They lost me a little bit, I believe, after she came back when she was...
after she was abducted?
Yeah, after she was kidnapped and ransomed and all that. And then she started running B613. And I wasn't completely sure about that one. But yeah, her characters are very, very, very interesting, very complex, very and fun as well. Also, there's something I saw recently about how Olivia is a functioning alcoholic type thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of rolled my eyes, but I also get it. But at the same time, c'est la vie. But I mean, because there are characters like that. There are women like that who drink and who, like, that's their thing. And that also is kind of my thing. I mean, I don't drink that often, but when I do, I do. And it's fine, yeah. And in my opinion, it just makes the characters real. Yeah. Who's next on your list?
So,
if you're not able to tell, we both have a cold / cough type thing.
Disclosure.
You got to. You got to. Okay.
So next on my list is Viola Davis. So Viola Davis was the first black actor to get an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony.
An EGOT?
No, she hasn't got the EGOT yet because she hasn't got a Grammy.
Correction, she does have an EGOT.
But she's got 3
and is the
of the
third
4
black
categories.
woman to do so.
She's not the first black woman, though.
To get all 3, yeah.
No, she's not.
Who got it before her then?
I'm pretty sure another black woman has a full EGOT already.
Yeah, but I say she was first to get 3 of the first 3. But I'm not saying she's completed the EGOT. I'm saying she was the first to get 3 of the 4. I'm not sure who has the complete EGOT, to be honest.
It's not. I think it's actually more than 1 now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we can fact check it.
Okay.
But yeah, she's very well acclaimed for what she does. She's a good actor. I can't remember what I think it was not last year, but 2 years ago, where she was, I can't remember the movie. It was about how, before, during the slave trade era, and then there was the kingdoms, and she was protecting her kingdom with her king.
Woman King.
Yes, yeah, she was a woman. That movie, fantastic. I love the portrayal. I love the story. I love her character. I love her backstory. Do you know, her backstory was so touching. Have you watched it? Mm-mm. If you haven't watched Woman King, I suggest you do. It's not for the historical impact of the movie it was trying to portray, but just to see how things were for women during that period. Especially not women that were traded, but women that were fighting for their kingdoms, as per se, as they were in those time periods. But yeah, so Viola Davis, and even her personal backstory and how she got into acting, it was a struggle for her. Honestly, reading her story is so sad, but it's also inspiring because she used to get bullied when she was younger. She was, but that's I think that's very typical for most black actors, to be honest, because of the time they grew up in. So she got bullied. She got into theatre, and then from theatre she went into acting. But yeah, I love Viola Davis's life. She's very inspirational, and she fights really hard for other women as well in the industry, especially with there's been talks about in the past about how black actors don't always get paid the same as their counterparts, and she's been very advocate. She's a very proud advocate of trying to get everyone on a similar pay grade regardless of their race. But yeah. And last on my list is Issa Rae. So, Issa Rae, the creator of Insecure, a fantastic show. So, Issa Rae is on my list because of her portrayal of black female characters. Though Shonda Rhimes does do the same, I think Issa portrays my kind of black girl. So, we got from the main characters of Insecure, you got Molly and you got Issa, and they're both very awkward. You got Molly, who's a corporate girly, but she's likes to get loose on the weekend. She does yoga and smokes weed, and then you got Issa with her messy life. And she does grow out of the messiness, but it's it's like I can see myself in either one of them, and it's just fun to watch. It's just easy, and it's just like even like their friendship group and their circle. I'm like, this I can see this in real life. I can see all these people being best friends. Even Candace, when she's going through her postpartum depression, and how that's so realistic, and how it shows how devastating it can be on both partners, both the person who's going through the depression and the person who's trying to help their significant other in that depression, and how her friends were there for her as well. Yeah. And we also got how the breakup of Molly and Issa, sad, tears were shed. I was broken for both of them because they were both right and they were both wrong. But in the same take, it portrays a realistic female friendship, because both parties can be both right because they're both stubborn. One of them has to give way, but because they both feel like they're giving way, they didn't want to talk until their friends got involved and be like, "You two need to cut this out." And then they had a heart to heart, and then I mean, it wasn't straight away they were besties again, but it did show how even in that female relationships, even though they're so strong, they're also very fragile. And I really appreciate her take on black female characters, like in comparison to Shonda Rhimes, because they both portray female characters very well, but
they don't necessarily show friendship. Well, between black women that I've seen so far.
That's not true. In Shonda Rhimes, what's that called? Queen Charlotte. We see the friendship of her and Queen Charlotte and Lady Luck and thingy. That friendship.
I think I'm thinking more. That's more recent.
Okay, yeah.
Compared to obviously Insecure that happened quite a while ago. I mean, there was a chance to have given Bailey another female black friend.
That's fair. But that also shows the growth of Shonda Rhimes' writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen other of Issa's projects, but I heard she did one with the...
It says on Kiki. Yeah. I'm sorry, I need to watch that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It looks very funny. I've seen the interviews that they've done, and I just cackle every time. Kiki gets me. She makes me laugh. She's done quite a bit in terms of representation, in my opinion. Yeah, and her podcast as well is doing well. Kiki Palmer. I mean, she was on TV. Like, Kiki has been working, bro. Since like True Jackson VP.
Love that show.
I mean, come on. She's and like she's still working as well, and just wow. Like she takes me, and we've quite literally watched her grow as well.
She's our age.
Stop it. But yeah, no, I agree with Issa Rae's, the assessment on Issa Rae. She's actually done a lot as well. She invested in recently. No, I don't know how true this is. She's invested in a football to the American soccer team with Thames.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well.
I saw that. Yeah. And she's also invested in the diamonds, the ones that they make in real life, not the one that they dig up from Earth. She's invested in that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. She's done quite a lot with her money. It's very interesting to see. She's quite literally diversified her portfolio, and she's not just got all her eggs in one basket, and that's quite interesting. I wonder if there'll be an Insecure film.
Yeah.
I'd love there to be, though.
She showed up one day on my Instagram married. I was like, I didn't even know you were dating. What do you mean? You are married like yesterday.
I mean, from what I gather, Insecure was loosely based on her life. Isn't that right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard that from.
But yeah, I think after the film, the second season was out, and they're just like, married. I said, wow.
No, the last season.
Yeah. They have 2 seasons, no?
No.
They're 3?
No. There's 6 or 5 seasons.
Of Insecure?
Of Insecure. Are
we sure? Well, there are 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
That's a lot. It felt like it was like...
No, it's quite short, because I think the episodes, there were barely 10 episodes in one season, I think. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so I kind of went a slightly different route. I didn't just pick one woman, because I mean,
that's fine.
I
did 3.
Yeah, no, I know. I kind of did a whole thing, so just bear with me while I go through like what I kind of thought in my head. Right, so we'll start with anime, right, and the kind of movements that women have kind of made in that side of media. There is now more. There's an increase, I'd say, that I've noticed in like female protagonists of sorts, right? So we have Your Forger, we have Power and Chainsaw Man, we have Nobara and Jujutsu Kaisen, and obviously not that they haven't. There's Freerun, and I learned that she was also female. I did not know. That's actually an anime that's on my list of things to watch. Excuse me. Obviously, we've always had women in anime. What's the one I like? The one in the shooting anime. That wears the shorts, the jean shorts.
Black Lagoon.
Yes, Revi. Obviously, there's always been women like Revi and Balalaika, but not in popular anime. So there's now pretty strong and very likable, emphasis on likable, female characters in more shonen-esque or more popular things. And also,
I mean, we had Hinata in Naruto. Hinata was liked.
Okay, name another one. In shonen.
Rukia in Bleach.
Okay, yeah. Rukia was like.
Let's see.
Arima is very complicated.
I want to. Before I say it, I want to say I'm correct with this. I'm trying to remember her name.
Who is she? What's she in?
She's in Dragon Ball.
Which one? Chi-Chi?
See, Chi-Chi was liked.
She grew on me.
It doesn't matter if she grew on you. I'm talking about in the actual universe.
Really? I don't know.
That's your personal take.
Are you sure it's Chi-Chi? Because there's another one. The one that was with that guy. What's his name? The one that keeps dying all the time. What's his face? She's literally the first girl that shows up.
Bulma and Yamcha.
It's not Chi-Chi. It's not Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is just what keeps coming to my head.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Are you sure it's Chi-Chi? Should I show you Chi-Chi?
We got Robin of One Piece.
Robin is not. She wasn't likable from the get-go. That's Chi-Chi. Is that who you mean? Or is it the one with the blue hair?
No, I like Chi-Chi.
Okay, it was Chi-Chi you meant. Bulma. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Bulma wasn't necessarily likable from the get-go. But I liked her though. Chi-Chi became likable. She was kind of a crybaby at the start. Not gonna lie to you. Yeah. But she was also very strong though from the start. So I did like that. She was the first girl that no, actually Bulma was the first girl that he came across. You know, okay, we're talking about women. Let's round that up. But anyway, there is now more, in my opinion. I think because more women are like out there about their interest in anime, obviously with the rise of the likes of Megan Thee Stallion. Women are more comfortable in anime right now, and I believe that their voices are somewhat being heard. Do we have more steps, more ways to go? Yeah, but I also would like to see more funding into like female characters or the development of like anime for women. The director, a huge shout out to the writer of Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, he's currently working on a thing with Netflix, and that was actually quite good to see. Excuse me. Also with the rise again of more female protagonists, so like them being one of the main people, right? Because Free Reign is literally her thing, and Nobara is mainly one of the main three, and Yor is literally her. What's the kid's name?
Anya. Anya.
Those are two of the main women in the three, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's that in itself is really, 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 really nice to see in popular anime. Right. Also, the rise of female lead in anime as well. So we have the Apothecary Diaries. I know that that's not shonen because I was researching and I was like, people were very specific about things that are shonen and not shonen and sojourn. And I was like, okay,
there's a difference.
I know there's a difference, but I'm saying people were very specific about
what they're classified.
Noting the differences. So I was like, oh, all right. And also not that they haven't been. So things like Kill la Kill, where majority of them were women anyway, and that's a very, very, very old anime. And Ghost in a Shell, I forget her name, but excuse me, she obviously old anime. So it's not like there hasn't been, not that they haven't existed, but now that there's more. And there's also more people to consume it. And I'm very, very happy that that's happening right now. Also, we have female villains. And I think society is also now comfortable with female villains, right? I think when I say female villains, I'm going to come out of anime for a minute and talk about Basic Instinct. Basic Instinct. Yeah. The one with Sharon Stone. Yeah. So she was pretty much the bad person in that. And it wasn't necessarily well received at the time. But I think a character like that now, there would be no question about it. People would love her so much. I mean, not to say that people didn't love her so much back then, but she's definitely a psycho. But yeah, I'm happy to see that in anime, but obviously because that's a film and that's completely separate. That's Hollywood, right? So, and also in anime, female writers, apparently female animation makers are making waves. And that is great to see. And that's the end of that one on that one. Because I wanted to look, it would just make this whole thing a lot longer than I kind of wanted it to be. So I'm just going to go through.
Oh, in anime as well, the writer of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
She pioneered, well, I didn't say she pioneered. I mean, the Magical Girl Kingdom was always there. But I think it became more well known from the rise of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And they currently have a thing. I told you about the Sailor Moon shoes that came out last year.
Yes.
Still on my wish list because I haven't bought them yet.
Fair play.
But as Sailor Moon's iconic still to this day. There's like not one Magical Girl who you could be like, so you watch Magical Girl and they haven't said Sailor Moon is like something they know of. Even if they haven't watched it, it might be on the watch list, but they always
aware of it. Yeah,
of Sailor Moon. But yeah.
And also speaking of female villains as well, there's the likes of Esther, right? And Kaguya in Naruto. So I think we are becoming a lot more comfortable with seeing women in certain character types. Is that right?
I suppose.
In anime. Because usually you'd have like the evil girl that's not quite evil, but these ones are just pure evil. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm happy for that. But obviously, I also want to note that Esther and Kaguya are also actually not recent.
No, they're not.
Can I think of any recent ones? Oh, there's a recent one in Hero Academia. I forget her name, but there's a female villain in there. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what her name is though. Yeah. Okay, so all in all, anime moving forward, I would love us to keep moving forward and to keep showing up for women that are in anime, just showing support really. Speaking of animation, there's this new animation that came out that was done by a black, I do not remember her name, but I will search to the end of the earth and find a way to put the name on here as I speak. I've put that on my wish list of things to watch when I believe it's actually out now. But I'll put it on my list of things to watch so that we can talk about it. So it's made by a young black woman and the characters are also black as well. So I'm very interested in that. There's also a rise in black made owned like mangas, like cartoons, animations, all that. There's the Iyanu as well, the one that's based loosely on Yoruba folklore.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's there's a rise in that, and also she's a female main character as well. So good. Yeah. Up women. Now I don't know if the creator of that is a woman or not, but still it's a female character. So thumbs up. Moving on now to films. Barbie. Yeah. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Huge last year.
Yeah.
And they made such a huge impact, right? It was a great moment, in my opinion, to kind of experience that and to see that. I mean, Michelle Yeoh, pardon my pronunciation, won an award for that. And yeah. And the whole Oppenheimer and Barbie thing was also like a huge thing. And I'm so very proud that was actually even able to be a thing. You obviously know what I think of Oceans and the Ghostbusters thing, but I would not say such a thing on here. Also, female directors are doing their thing as well, right?
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig, Chloe Zhao, and Nia DaCosta, and also Issa Rae. Yeah. I know. And yeah, they're making their moves. Oh, also the young lady from Blackish.
Oh yeah, the youngest female producer.
Yes. Very much proud of her. Very much proud of the steps that women are making and how they're going about getting funding and just kind of going on panels and having these difficult conversations that, you know, so that they can pave the way for women. And I think that is amazing. Also, speaking of Hollywood, they are also female action stars. We've always had that, to be honest, with, what's the name of that one that fights? Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Right? And now there's even more, sticking with the Angelina Jolie thing. Salt was fantastic.
I love Salt.
Yeah. And Charlize Theron as an actress. The Furiosa. Yeah. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Fantastic. They've, in a way, I believe that Scarlett Johansson, regardless of what people might think, I don't even know. I think her PR is pretty positive. But what she did as Black Widow on telly in Hollywood, I think it's been rather great. Same thing with the Blue Lady from back then in...
Jennifer.
No, Jennifer's the new one. Yes, her. But the old one, the old X-Men. What's the name of that character again?
Mystique.
I
thought you meant the actor. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know who the actor is.
Yeah, but I forget she was in, she's the lady and she's like this really popular model. I forget her name. But anyway, she was one of, because remember Mystique used to do like all sorts of movements. Shout out also speaking of Hollywood, to female stunt people. Yeah. there's more, and that's fantastic. And there's more because there's more women doing action films and doing, you know, all these quote unquote risky things. And in my opinion, I think it's great to see. What a time to be alive. Mm-hmm. And oh, you fucking anti-feminist.
We already had this moment last week. Let's move. You
Carry on. All right. Women in film. Yes, and then winning awards for best and best and best. I'm liking that. I would like to see more. I'd also like to see more categories as well in award season, just in general, to be honest. Not even just female specific, just in general. Because I think, well, then they'll be like, oh, you're just giving awards for everything. I don't know. There's got to be a balance, but I feel like you can dash out a few more awards, surely. And yeah, I'm really hoping that because there's more women in Hollywood now, there would be a better portrayal of women. There has been better portrayal of women. What's that litmus test thing? You know, that test where they're like, can two women have a whole conversation and not talk about men? I'm hoping that there would be more of those that we see in films than passing. I mean, this particular test. So yeah, I've already kind of spoken about the directors and the positive impacts that I'm hoping that they're making, and how I'm hoping that young women can see them and be like, oh yeah, I'd like to be that, or even maybe see some men and see what they're doing and be like, why can't I do that? Surely I can do that, and they just go ahead and do it, because yes, you can, and yes, you will. Yes. I feel like this has kind of turned rather serious, but my intention is just to kind of highlight iconic female characters and action stars. And now moving on to TV series, I would like to curse out almost every single one of them, but that's a conversation for another day. We'll start with the positives, yeah? House of Dragon. That's good. It represents women in a very grey light, and I like that.
Did you watch House of Dragon?
No, I watched whatever you watched. And whatever I saw, grey.
That's what I was like, we didn't watch it together. Because we usually watch things together, and that one we did not watch together.
No, but I watched what you watched, like a few of the episodes, and what I actually saw was actually quite good. They were not good people per se, I don't think, anyway.
No one's ever good in
exactly.
House of Dragon, though.
Kind of Cersei was an asshole, but I loved her. I loved her character. So I believe that it's possibly likely because obviously on a TV series you're able to flesh out, you know, female characters and you can give them more depth. Like, hey, the Scandal lady, what's her name? Olivia Pope and Annalise Keaton and Meredith Grey and all these legendary and fantastic female characters, and Queen, the Queen Charlotte. And you can kind of flesh them out and put more money towards it, and you know that women are going to watch it because women watch TV. So. Yeah. I'm loving that. And also behind the characters, like you mentioned, Shonda Rhimes and also Deborah Chow, who did The Mandalorian. I know that it's only men mainly, but she's the director. And thumbs up, in my opinion. And who else have I got? I know I've got examples in here, but I refuse to read because I don't really know anything about her. She came up as one of like the most. I'm speaking of 11. I didn't watch Stranger Things, but she's. I hear she's really good. Yeah. I'll get to that. But yeah, there's also Wednesday Addams. There's Issa from Issa Rae's character. Anything recent, excuse me. You know that the character, I know people kind of laugh at it and joke at it, but the Sex Life series, the woman in that, I think her character was actually quite silly in some instances. However,
I liked her character.
It's actually silly in some instances, like certain decisions like, girl, now come on, why did you do that type thing? However, it's in my opinion, it's quite real, right? Women do, we're not saints. And I have such an issue with just sometimes portraying us as saints. I'm not saying that there aren't women that are saints. Of course they are, but it's more complicated than that. We're not just one way, in my opinion. Anyway, so going off of a whole list of badass female characters, Olivia Pope, Annalise Keaton, Wednesday, Ashoka, the girl in Last of Us, the ladies in House of Dragons. You know what? Huge shout out to Lana, holding us down since time in Hollywood animation. I lie.
No.
Yeah. And the ladies of Bob's Burgers, shout out to you lot, holding us down since time.
I didn't watch
Marge
Bob's Burger.
Simpson, you know? The little wife in American Dad, you been doing your thing. Shout out to you. Couldn't have been easy.
Wow.
I said what I said.
You forgot Futurama. Is it Futurama?
I didn't really watch Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
But shout out to the one-eyed lady. You also been doing your thing.
Didn't watch Futurama.
Yeah. Shout out to all the ladies in the sitcoms like Malcolm in the Middle, Desperate Housewives, Devious Maids. I mean, those were mainly women-led, right? Actually.
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While she reading that sitcom, I was like, I love Girlfriends.
Yeah. And the tweens. Is it two become one? That's so Raven, eh?
Mm.
Shout out to Victorious.
Wow.
Yeah. I totally forgot about the Disney side of this actually. Or like the teeny bop side.
Mm.
Shout out to Vanessa Hudgens.
Hannah Montana.
Oh,
yeah. What a babe she was. Had me learning 2 steps from young.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. So, shout out to the Powerpuff Girls.
The OG.
The OGs, yeah. So, yeah. So obviously, because I'm not really in... I don't really know what the kids are watching these days, but I'm hoping that there's a lot of female representation there. Towards the end of my side, there was the... Princess, what's her name in regular? Was that regular show? Princess something?
Bubblegum.
Yeah,
Bubblegum.
she was very popular, I think.
She was popular, but not as popular as the Vampire Queen. People who watch Adventure Time know who the Vampire Queen is.
Right.
But I was about to say, the voice actor from Foster's Home Imaginary Girl, Magic Friends.
Yeah.
She was such an iconic voice actor. She's voice acted so many characters,
Oh.
both male and female. I can't remember her name.
Oh, right. Okay. Also in television, shout out to Miss Marvel, the lady in the Queen Gambit. I want to begrudgingly also shout out to Euphoria.
Euphoria is a great
It is
series.
a good series.
I just hate the breaks.
Yeah. That's what I said begrudgingly, innit? It's a very interesting story. Very heartfelt as well. And quite complicated. And while talking about shout outs, a special shout outs to Nicole Kidman and her wigs. I'm joking. Nicole Kidman.
Rude.
Nicole Kidman in Baby Girl. Interesting to say. Baby Girl is the name of the film, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I'm very curious how that actually came to her, and why she's probably said this, to be honest. I've just not paid attention or enough attention, and why she kind of decided to do the story. But yeah, anyway, shout out to her. Specifically though, is her commitment to female directors. So she has been recognized for her work when it comes to significant contributions to the film industry, right? She pledged in 2017, I believe, to consistently work with female directors and has upheld this promise. So she has amplified the representation of women behind the camera, and that is fantastic. She's used her voice and her clout, in a good way. And I love to see that. It's the Nicole Kidman effect. Also, special shout out to a woman in STEM. Now, I'm not in STEM. However, I have seen this woman's name pop up quite a few times. Her name is Zara Darcy. Now, read this.
Zara Darcy, 25, left her bioengineering PhD program to become an OnlyFans content creator. I mean, I hear it.
Keep going.
Making over $1 million. I hear it still.
Mm-hmm.
She runs 2 pages on OnlyFans, one for explicit content and another for free STEM lessons. Her unique blend of education and eroticism has engineered significant success with her educational posts featuring playful twists.
Twists, yeah. So she kind of plays on two quite important things: education and sex, in my opinion. And I think it's fantastic. And yeah, keep doing you. And she's so young as well. I hope to see what the future has for her, and I hope everything kind of goes well. There's also the lady, the madam that we saw online. She also came from a STEM industry. She literally runs the whole thing, and I think that's fantastic. And women pioneering women, I think is great. Special shout out as well to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, right? Mama, I see you. I see you representing, yeah. If there ain't no fan of yours left, I must have gone. I'm just saying, because I think you're fantastic. My first thing was, I first encountered her with Purple Hibiscus that I read when I was in GS1 in 2009. And thank you. Your paper got me an A, my first A ever. I tell you, like, actually, yes, in literature, yeah. My first proper A+. So thank you for that. I actually, she probably radicalized me, actually. Like proper radicalization. Okay. But yeah, her contribution to feminism in Nigeria, and in actually not just in Nigeria, in the whole world, and telling our stories, and her stories, and why she believes we should all be feminists. She did like a TED talk, I believe, years ago now. Which was really great, and she keeps pioneering and she keeps moving forward and she keeps doing these things and just breaking barriers, and it's wow, it's great to see, especially with the climate of women's rights right now in Nigeria and the way things are going. She's a beacon, bro. Also, another shout out. Now, I do not know these women's politics. I kind of just know what I see of them online and what they've done. So, what's that thing you said that we need to? I'm just saying, right? I don't want someone to start commenting. Oh, did you know that she's blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying they're still doing good. Anyway, shout out to Funke Adeoye as well for advocating for justice. She is a Nigerian human rights lawyer and a social entrepreneur, and she does really good things. She advocates for the people who can't advocate for themselves. And her main hope or her main drive is to reduce racism and to kind of promote integration and kind of people working together. And that's a very optimistic view that I believe we still need in the world. So I'm for it. Also, special shout out to the goddess herself, Serena Williams. I shall always root for you. Don't care. You are one of a kind. You have done so much for women in sports. And yeah, man, get your coin. And last but not least, obviously, Shonda Rhimes. She's been there since day that I can remember with her and Oprah, actually. But I feel like these days, if you say Oprah's name 3 times, tragedy. Anyway, I'm probably going to cut that out as well. Her and Tyler Perry. It's like if you say their name, the Americans are just going to lose their minds. And you it's like you're calling the conspiracy theorists to your side of the world. Yeah. Apparently they're like Illuminati or something. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to Shonda Rhimes. You've been doing your things since time. We've already just talked about you, so I don't particularly think maybe I should keep going. But she's pioneered the way for writers and for women. And I love that. And thank you to all the women that we have spoken about today and that we will continue to talk about. Yeah, that's the end. That's it for me. Yeah. So the next one is Red Light, Green Light. Mm-hmm. And we shall be red light, green light in Big
Little Lies. So we haven't watched this
season
since
1
uni days. So if I'm incorrect about my opinion, it's lack of memory.
Yeah. Yeah. This should I be transparent? This is a last minute addition. Totally forgot about red light, green light, and then I was like a few hours ago, oh my god, what should we do for red light, green light?
But yeah.
All right. So Celeste, right? Oh, sorry. What do you think, red or green?
Celeste was the one that was married, right? We wanted to have a perfect family.
Yes, the one with the twin boys and the husband.
Yeah. I'm going to put her as an amber. She tries really hard, but at the same time, because she's trying so hard, she does make... I mean, her mistakes are her mistakes, but at the same time, I feel like she's very grey. Like, her judgment of things and of people... Though they're framed for her, her judgment on people is framed for her experience, it's not always the best judgment of people, in my opinion.
I'm surprisingly going to actually give her a green. Because she was the kindest of them all.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was very kind. She was very open. When she was challenged, when her opinion of someone that she loved was challenged, she... there was no doubt. She was like, okay, I hear you. She took her time to kind of think things through. I mean, she was being abused.
Yeah, she was.
On top of, looking after her sons that were growing up to be a little bit loopy. You know, they were the ones doing the things that Ziggy was being accused of, or one of them was the one doing the thing that Ziggy was being accused of doing. So yeah, I think when she's agreeing because of what she did when she heard about the things that her husband had done and the things that her kid has done, just in case, you know, some people haven't watched it. She was very proactive with the information that she got. So that's why I'm giving her a green. Good, complex character. Amber, when it comes to, Jesus Christ, open your eyes. Like, I know you're kind, but my God, just wanted to shake her a lot. Like, break her. But yeah, she's a green for me. How about Jane?
Jane's green.
Yeah.
She tries her best for her son, and she's a hardworking mother. She's a single mother, but she did
the best.
Yeah, she's doing her best, and she has a very positive attitude. I don't know where her positivity comes from, but she has a positive attitude.
Right. Where did that come from, really? Because life dealt with her. That's for sure. But yeah, she gets a green for me as well. How about Bonnie?
Can't remember Bonnie's story, to be honest.
Bonnie is the wife of Madeline's ex-husband, you know, the new wife. And then they had a kid together.
Yeah.
And she was losing. That's why I put her last. We're going to get to her.
Madeline's a little bit overbearing, in my opinion. She couldn't move on.
Yeah. But Bonnie gets a green.
Really?
For me.
She took him with someone's wife?
She didn't take.
Okay, she didn't take.
She met him after. They had the whole dealing. Maybe an amber for the choice in man, but, you know.
At least she wasn't bitchy.
Yeah, she wasn't. She's very grounded. Very, yeah. I'm sure she had her own prejudice and her own opinions, but they were somewhat, she was okay to have them because Madeline was. And then Renessa.
Renessa was bougie, wasn't she? She was the rich one.
Yes,
yeah.
The rich, snobby one with the slob of a husband.
I'm going to put her as an amber.
It was the thing with the kid, with her child. I was like, are you all right? It seemed like she kind of encouraged her daughter to be a bully. And I didn't like that. She was like, oh, it's either you be eaten or you eat, because she's like this, you know, bored ass businesswoman type stuff. But your kid is a bully. Calm down. But yeah, complicated because obviously her husband ain't shit, but oh well. Next, Madeline.
Also an amber.
Definitely. Actually, she's a red flag. She's a walking red flag.
What makes her red?
She, unfortunately, is her anxiety that just makes her... She just needs to settle. Like, she cheated on her husband.
Yes.
With the theatre guy.
Yeah.
The one that wanted to be with her. And then she'll come home and snap at him. The poor guy was doing the best he could. She's the one who decided to marry him. The poor guy was quite literally doing everything he could for her. And she just couldn't find happiness in it. Baby girl needs therapy.
Maybe she just married the wrong person.
I bet you if she had gone to therapy, she would have ended up like, what's that girl's name in You? And going to therapy as well. Nonsense.
You can't be saying those things. You was coming out in April.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you say she's amber?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a red flag to me. All right. So next is our...
This or that.
Yep.
4 female characters in film.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start or should I start?
Oh, you can start. Oh, I did 20 because it was hard.
You 20?
You did 20.
I'm going to take out 5.
Don't do that. It's literally a quick run through.
20?
I couldn't... Everyone needed to be shouted out.
Okay. Peggy Carter from Captain America, The First Avenger, or Mystique?
Damn. Mystique was actually... she's very morally grey. She's always been morally grey. I'll go for Peggy. She's a safe bet. A woman in the 90s doing her thing, you know? 90s? 60s? Sorry.
She had a thing with Captain America as well.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Yeah. She didn't have a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing. It was a whole thing. It was the whole thing. It literally went back to the past for her. I know, right? I mean,
that's love right there. Oh, true love.
Was it good?
Okay, Peggy Carter or Amy from Gone Girl.
Now, this is where my toxicity comes through. Peggy, I love you down. You hold down Captain America. You know, you're a good woman. But you see, women need to show men pepper sometimes. My girl Amy Dunn gets it.
Okay. Amy or Bernie from Wait to Excel?
Oh, have you seen Waiting to Excel?
No.
Waiting to Excel is another one. 4 women, friends, all women of color, all African American women. Sorry. Interesting story, but her husband was cheating on her. She found out, and then she does this whole legendary like thing where she burns his car and all his things. Yeah, but that's her. Sorry, Amy.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay. Whilst you're talking, what came to my head was Hidden Figures. We didn't mention it at all, and Hidden Figures was iconic.
Yeah, actually, shit. Oh
right?
My God, I'm so sorry.
Hidden Figures was iconic just for the portrayal of history of the impact of women
in aerospace.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
God.
even just women, black women.
Yeah.
So shout out to Hidden Figures. Sorry for forgetting to mention you, but
sorry.
you are impactful.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So, Amy or Maleficent from Maleficent? Maleficent.
Oh, Maleficent.
Over Amy?
Oh, yeah.
Where's Amy on this list? There she is.
Love Maleficent. I had a whole arc of like personal growth because of Maleficent.
Shuri from Black Panther?
Maleficent.
Bye to Shuri.
Damn. Okay. And it's Maleficent from the film.
Yeah.
Maleficent
or the bride Beatrix from Kill Bill.
Oh, the bride.
Okay. The bride or Rapunzel from Tangled.
I know the answer to this one. It is the bride. However, shout out to you, my girl with the pan.
Oh, Rapunzel. We didn't even mention Tiana from Princess of the
She was on the list. I took her out.
Oh. Wonder why not? Your list of 20. You don't feel like 21 is enough?
Look, I had to really narrow down this list, yeah? Did you see the first one I sent? It's in the group chat. Exactly. That had so many people, and then I scrolled up, I saw yours, I said, shit. And I had to go back to narrow it down to what you see here.
What did I say last one was?
The bride.
The bride one, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, the bride or Mulan? From Mulan. Live action movie.
I love Mulan. She's literally my favorite of all time.
Right.
In anywhere. I love her down. Damn. I'm so sorry. Oh, I really like the bride. Like, her story is so sad. So she's like part of this assassins group, right? And like she's a badass, and like she's the current partner of like the leader, right? And she's also like part of these assassins. So she finds out she's pregnant with his child, and she's like, oh my God, okay, fine, I'm gonna leave this life and go, you know, just because it's dangerous, right? So she goes, she meets a man, and then the leader of the assassin, he finds her, he's like, oh, you're pregnant for another man type thing. He's like, go kill them. Like he sends his people to go kill them, and then they go. They kill her. They kill them. They shoot her right in the head. She goes into a coma, and then she wakes up, and then she finds out that Bill has killed her lover, and she's no longer pregnant. And where's the child? So she starts on a thing for revenge, and she's just killing everybody, and it's fantastic. And then obviously at the end, she obviously kills Bill, and then she finds out that her child actually isn't dead, and she takes up her child, and she goes, and they.
Fantastic.
Into the sunset. Yeah, it's a good film. But I do like Mulan. So Mulan.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm just double checking if I cross it off.
Mulan.
Okay.
She did a man's job and more. I don't know.
Mulan or Okoye from Black Panther?
The girl Melage is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I really like Okoye, but Mulan.
Okay. Milan or Lara from Team Radar?
Oh, Lara Croft.
Mm.
Lara had daddy issues.
Is that your final answer?
It's not. It's just I like Lara, but she's very adventurous. She has that spirit, you know. But so does Milan. So Milan.
Okay. Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun. Sorry, Karen.
Milan or Wonder Woman?
Diana Prince. Oh my God. I'm not doing that, am I? No. That's crazy. That's insane. Milan.
Oh, wow. Okay. Milan or Catherine from Basic Instinct?
That's the one I was telling you about. That this opening scene in Basic Instinct 2, she's driving. A man is literally like fingers down her pants as she's driving, and then she just drives it right into the Thames. And then she's like, let me try to save the guy. No, she just swims away.
We love that for women.
We love a toxic bae. On this here podcast, we love a toxic woman. Milan though.
Okay.
I think a lot of these women, I just want to talk about them really. That's why they're on here, because they're iconic in my opinion.
Milan or Anyota?
Oh, yes. Uhuru.
Yeah.
Uhuru. Oh my God. Uhuru, as in the one in the Star Trek films of 2009. 10? One of them. Uhuru.
Oh, so Milan's gone.
Yeah. Shit. I can't believe I did that. Oh my God. Wow.
Anyota or M from James Bond?
Uhuru, however, shout out to who? Lady Dench. My dear here, Ms. Judi Dench. Talk about an iconic woman. She's iconic. Yeah.
Anyota or Elle Woods from Legally Blonde?
Oh, I love me Elle. You know who's missing from this list?
Who?
The same, what's her name? The woman that Reese Witherspoon? The character she did in that, the one with her ex-husband. They did a new one for Amazon Prime. People did a new one. Oh my God. With the one that was snorting cocaine in a little necklace thing that was a cross pendant. Something Geller. She's missing from here anyway. Iconic. I forget her name. If I remember, I'll put it here somewhere. But Elle Woods is fantastic. But I gotta give it to my girl. Who?
Anyota from Star Trek.
Oh, Uhuru. I forget that's her name, you know. Because they tend to go by their last names, like when they're calling them on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really like Spock. And Uhuru and Spock, they got together.
I'm happy for them.
Me too. I'm very much happy for them as well. Shout out to Elle Woods though, but Uhuru. Can I go back to Milan?
Nope.
God,
Already
damn
cancelled
it.
off. So Uhuru or the person you said from the Nollywood Kingdom. It says Nollywood from the Nollywood's King of Boys. It's Enoya and what's that one?
Oh, Eniola Salami. Oh, from King of Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a badass woman. Eniola gets it. Ms. Alaja, sorry. Salami gets it. Come on.
Salami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salami or Evelyn Salt from Salt.
Oh, wow. That's actually a perfect pairing. Weirdly enough. Wow. Salami.
Okay. Salami or Baby Doll from Sucker Punch.
I choose to believe that Baby Doll had a good ending. Baby Doll.
Baby doll. Okay, baby doll or Olivia from Easy A.
I gotta shine. I'm sorry. Composure. Now, Easy A is kind of like a play on type thing of the girl with the scarlet letter thing. Never read the book, but I know it's like a huge thing in America. Easy A is really good. The girl's she's good, but I stick with Miss Salami.
No, you already can't stop Salami. You're on Baby doll.
Oh right,
From
Baby
Sucker
doll.
Punch.
Sorry, yeah, Baby doll.
And that is our winner.
Baby doll, really? Oh wow, Milani's our real winner, but no, I'm okay with it. Baby doll, interesting. From Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is actually, in my opinion, is a good film. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Your turn. Katniss Everdeen
Fantastic.
v. Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice.
They're both very different characters, you know.
Well,
so Elizabeth, she has my heart because who doesn't want to spoon for Darcy?
interested. Anyway, Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice or Elizabeth from Bad Teachers. It's the Battle of the Elizabeths.
Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice.
I reckon she's probably going to win this whole thing. I actually forgot to add her. I like her as well.
Yeah. Elizabeth Bennet.
Elizabeth Bennet, or Shuri.
This is hard because Shuri is iconic because Shuri in Black Panther, she's very like scientific. She's not like the princess that they all imagined her to be. And she does help her brother out quite a lot with the power suit. And then her mother was during the grieving process and she was half running the country whilst her mother was grieving. Mm-hmm. And then Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
She's my girl, you know? Like, me and her, as I said on our previous episode, there's not a year that goes by
that you don't
and
watch
I do not watch Pride and Prejudice.
That's actually true.
There's not a year.
It's not just actually Pride. It's the whole thing. So I watched the series, the one with Colin Firth, and then I watched the film, and then I watched all the other ones like Death in Pemberley, the one where like Elizabeth is like now in like modern times. I forget what that one's called. Like little weird spin-offs of like Pride and Prejudice.
Did you know Pride and Prejudice zombies was a thing?
Yeah, I do.
Never watched it, but I thought, wow, what's so funny. But yeah, there's not a year that's gone by that will ever go by.
It's like a Pride and Prejudice arc.
Yeah.
Quite literally. And then sometimes it turns into, what's the name of the writer? And with the whole sense of sensibility, you know, Jane Austen. Like it starts with Pride and Prejudice, and then I finish that whole thing, and then and then I just venture into the other ones because why not? Like it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So Elizabeth Bennet or Emily from Fair Play.
Oh, I like Fair Play. I like Emily as well. This is the only part where Elizabeth would lose because Emily was about her money. She was about her work and her career, and she was willing to stand for it. Not like she got essayed, but she didn't get over it. But she did come to a resolution with her boss. It wasn't the best solution, but a solution nonetheless.
Fair Play. So Emily from Fair Play.
Yeah.
Emily from Fair Play to Lisa Miller from Girls Group.
Okay. Lisa was fun. She was a mother. She got out. She got loose. But I'm still going to stick with Fair Play.
Okay. Let's get her out. Okay. So Emily v. Ryan Pierce from Girls Trip as well.
Oh, Ryan. She had a whole thing with a man that was cheating on her. Poor girl. But she had good friends that stood by her. Mm-hmm. She did. I'm going to stick with Emily on the basis that she was willing to cut ties with the man that was hurting her. Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
All right, Emily the Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
Because she is literally the Amazon princess. How could we not want the Amazon princess to win?
Yeah. I mean, she was, in my opinion, actually, I think she was actually she was well written. Diana Prince. Yeah. All right.
Comics as well.
Diana Prince v. Ramona from Hustlers.
You watch Hustlers?
Yeah.
Ramona from Hustlers.
Okay.
Only because she scams men and money. Very toxic, but I stand by my decision.
You know what? Fair play. Now, Ramona v. Nakia.
Ramona. Nakia was too much of a girl for my liking.
That's why she's not on my list. You see, Okaya's on my list. Shuri's on my list.
But she was a good fighter. She was very diplomatic as well.
But that love thing, wow. Okay, I think that says a lot more about me than it does her character, but we'll move. Okay, we have your winner.
Is it really?
Yeah. Ramona from Hustlers. So that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for listening. If you have enjoyed it, let us know. Also, let us know who your favorite female leads are and which women have had impacts in your life. Also, on the outro, the most important woman in my life is my mother. Shout out to the best woman I've ever known in my entire life. She's fantastic. She's great. She's better than every single one of these women that I've mentioned today, and I stand by that. She's my icon. She's my, what do you call this? Role model. That's it. We may disagree, but I love that woman down. So happy International Women's Day to my mother, a boss ass bitch. Eh? Anyway, on a proper outro, thank you very much for listening. Let us know who your favorite female leads are, female directors. Is there anyone that you think needs more recognition? Anyone that we've missed, right? And anyone you'd like to add to our list? Or actually, how would you do our rankings of the people that we've ranked today? Who are your favorite of all time? And yeah, comment below wherever you're seeing this, on YouTube or Spotify or
anywhere you get your podcast from.
So yeah, thank you very much for listening. What if you got anything any sign out? Any notes?
No, I think you covered everything.
Alrighty. Bye.